Hi everybody, welcome to Biology 101, your lab section. I am Amy DeLapp and I am going to be your lab instructor. I'm really sad that I cannot see you guys in person. I love biology, I love the labs, and they're always a ton of fun. But I think we found a whole bunch of different ways that we can still have a lot of fun and get a lot of learning out of these labs. So I think you guys are going to have a great semester. Anytime that you need to contact me, you can do so by sending an email to amy.delap@llcc.edu. I also have office hours on Microsoft Teams on Tuesdays at 9 in the morning and Thursdays at 2 o'clock. I wanted to make this video so that I can show you how to get into your different virtual labs and how to submit your at-home labs, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. But I wanted to start out by showing you who I am. This is me right here, my husband, our two kids, two little girls. We have two dogs, and we also have two well-loved hermit crabs. So I'm going to be home with them and also at school with you, which is kind of an interesting scenario. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me show you how you can get into your lab. Okay, so when you open up Blackboard, you are going to see it a little bit differently because you are going to see the student version, but you will have the same tabs over here. When you look over here, you'll find lab assignments, which is where all of my posts are going to be. When you first come in, you're going to see announcements. Both Mr. Allen and I will have some announcements over here, but usually the weekly announcement, I'm going to combine mine with Mr. Allen's announcement, so you'll be able to see it there. And then your assignments will be over here in the lab assignments. So right now what I have loaded are your basic lab information and procedures, which is going to be a written form of what I'm talking about right now, what I'm going over with you guys now. So if you want to go back and look and read through it, that will help you with any of the basic information. So if you click here, it will download over in the corner and you can open it up and read through. It talks about the hands-on home labs and connect virtual labs. So every week you're going to have 2 labs due each week. This is a very fast-paced class because it is during the summer, so it's only 7 weeks. And each one of those labs, each one of those 2 labs each week, is going to have a hands-on component, something that you will have to do in your home. So you're going to need to make sure you have supplies ahead of time. I'll show you the shopping list here in a minute. And then also some virtual labs, which are going to be due each week. And those are going to usually be on McGraw-Hill Connect, which comes with your ebook. And I have directions on how to register for that as well. And I'll show you where you can find that in Blackboard. Okay. Well, let's go look at the lab materials required for your home labs first. That's what this next document is. This is still in lab assignments. The second one down is the lab materials required. If you open that up, it'll download over here. You just click it, and it pulls up what you will need for each week's labs. So this week, for example, we have 2 different labs, the scientific method lab, and this is already due on Wednesday. So make sure that you are making sure you can get into your virtual labs right away and make sure that you have all the materials that you need for the next couple weeks in the labs. So this one's due in just 2 days. It requires ice cubes, 6 identical containers, and then most of this you're probably already going to have at your house. You need salt and then 4 other powdered substances. For example, sugar, pepper, meat tenderizer, baking soda, sand, soil, anything of that category. So you may not need any materials from the store for this lab. You need a timer, which you could use your phone. Most of the phones will have a timer, and a camera. Also, you probably find that on your phone. And then the metric system lab, that's going to come up on Wednesday and be due on Friday. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. So every week you will have 2 labs. The first one will go up, the instructions will be up on Monday, and it will be due on Wednesday each week. The second lab will go up on Wednesday, so you're going to see the instructions on Blackboard under the Lab Assignments tab on Wednesday, And that one will be due on Friday. And what they're going to look like is this. You scroll down, here's Lab 1. Lab 1 is the scientific method, home experiment, and virtual lab. So it's going to show you the different parts to the lab right here in the description and materials required. This one shows that you have one exercise in the virtual lab on Connect, and you have one exercise that's hands-on at home. Let's start with the hands-on lab since we're already here, and then I'll show you how to get to the Connect section lab as well. So your hands-on lab, it is looking at the freezing point of ice, different materials that you can use to help melt the ice as well. So it tells you right off that this experiment requires 30 minutes of observation, so make sure that you have enough time. And this part is worth 5 points. The virtual lab's worth 5 points, and the hands-on lab's worth 5 points, for a total of 10 points for every lab. So every lab is going to be worth 10 points. To get to the directions for the hands-on lab, once you have all the materials, click right here, and it will download here in the corner. You pull it up, and enable editing. Okay, so it's going to give you the directions, step-by-step directions on what to do. Starting right here. Lab 1, the scientific method and worksheet. It's going to tell you what you need to do, and then you need to fill in the missing information. So you can list the 5 substances that you used. Let's say I did soil, pepper, sugar, I don't know what else, baking soda, whatever you have at your house. Okay, and then you make your predictions of what you think is going to happen. For example, I can type right on here, will melt ice more quickly than other substances. Or will, I don't know, will not be significantly different than control group. Whatever you think your prediction will be. Once you fill out the entire document here, you can put your results down here, conclusions, answer the questions. Then you can save the file somewhere on your computer. Let's save it right here. Ooh. Make sure I don't save over something I need. Okay, so let's save it as the scientific method answers. Okay, so I'm going to save it on my computer. And then I'm going to go back into Blackboard, and to submit it, I will click on the link up here where it says Lab 1. Click it. That takes you into the lab. And you scroll down and it'll say text submission where you can write it. We don't want that. We want attach files. We're going to browse your computer, find scientific method, answer. There's your document. Okay, and then it's going to upload it, and we're going to hit submit. You can add comments too at the bottom. Okay, so this isn't going to let me save it because it's not even open yet. But do you still want to submit? No files are attached. Let's do it one more time. Okay. Okay, so that's how you're going to go ahead and upload the assignment to me. If you have any trouble, make sure and email me and I'll take a look at it as well. Now let me show you the virtual lab. Okay, so I'm back over in the lab assignments. And remember, this is the virtual lab right here. So it gives you a short description. This one says it's accessible through your McGraw-Hill Connect website. The directions to get to the McGraw-Hill Connect website are in the syllabus section of Blackboard. You go over to syllabus, and you click on McGraw-Hill Connect registration. It's the same one that you are using for your lecture course. So if Mr. Allen has already shown you guys how to do this on his video, it's exactly the same. All you do is scroll down and click here, online registration. Hit the register now button after you click there. I'm not going to do it because I'm already in there. And it'll walk you through how to register. You make sure you've already bought your ebook. You will need that. There'll be a code attached to get on to Connect. Also, another thing to make sure you use your Lincoln Land Community College email address. Otherwise, it won't tie back to your account. Okay, so once you get into Connect, this is what you're going to see. This is a student view right here. In your assignments, you'll find your lab assignments. This is Lab 1, Scientific Method, the one that's due this week. You click this button over here. It'll tell you how many points it's worth. Tell you start date, due date. It's due Wednesday by midnight. And click Begin. Okay, so you can watch the short video that tells you what the lab is about. Here's the key concepts and things that you need to know before you begin. You need to read this. This one is over pill bugs, but I want to show you how to navigate through the website real quickly. So I'm going to hit Continue to Laboratory Simulation. Okay, it's going to ask you a few questions. So like, what is your hypothesis for this experiment? And I'm just going to pick one randomly instead of reading it and see what happens. Okay, I'm not reading it. Let's say I just want to hurry and pick what's going to happen if I get it wrong. Okay, and I say, okay, it's going to tell me, oh, I didn't do it correctly. Which ones did I get correct? I got select one correct and the others were not. So you do need to read the preview that it showed you on that first page. So I can go back to introduction again and look at it and read this before I begin so I can answer the questions on the next page. Okay, so what is your strategy? One pill bug. Okay. See if I can show you phase 2. Okay, so once you get the answers correct, it'll let you go on. Now, there are always going to be instructions on what you need to do over here on the right. And then you will start at number 1. It says add cornstarch to left side of upper choice chamber. Now, what I did when I first started this was I was trying to drag, like I would try to pick up the spoon and drag it around, and it doesn't work. So what you do is you click the spoon, just one click, and then use your mouse to move around. Pick cornstarch by just clicking it, and then just click again. If you try to do the wrong thing, so let's say I try to get cornstarch again, it won't let you. So if it's not working, make sure and reread the directions and see if you're doing exactly what it says. Okay, so once you get everything set up and you follow these directions, then you can go on to phase 3. If it's not letting you move to the next phase, then something has gone wrong. Once you get to the end, it will automatically show me that you finished and I will be able to give you your points. Okay, so I think that is all I wanted to show you for now. You have the directions to get onto McGraw-Hill Connect. Make sure you do that immediately so we know if you have any problems. Again, this is a really fast-paced class, being summer semester, so you don't have a lot of time to play around with it. So go to the syllabus if you haven't already. Go to McGraw-Hill Connect registration and make sure you can get in there. Connect right away. And also don't forget, you already have a lab assignment right here under lab assignments. Scroll down, and this is your lab assignment that's due Wednesday. On Wednesday, you're going to see another one come up called Lab 2, and that one will be due on Friday, and that's going to be the schedule for every week. That way you know what's due when. I look forward to working with you guys. I love biology. I love teaching the lab, and make sure you reach out to me if you need anything. I would love to help you. So I'm here for you, and I look forward to our semester together. Thank you, guys.